President Obama making his first domestic stop in 2012 in the swing state of Iowa. And by the way, he's done it 17 of Ohio, but he's done it 17 times already, pushing for more economic regulation.
Does anybody think that the reason that we got in such a financial mess, the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression, the worst economic crisis in a generation, that the reason was because of too much oversight of the financial industry? Of course not. We shouldn't be weakening oversight. We shouldn't be weakening accountability. We should be strengthening it.
Well, it's the president's message, is it striking a chord with voters in Ohio? He needs that state. Josh Mandel is the Ohio State Treasurer and a candidate for the U.S. Senate seat there, held by Sherrod Brown. First off, for you, Josh, the president's speech at a high school yesterday, was the message something people of Ohio can understand and can resonate with?
You know, the president, Brian, is starting to have a fingernails on a chalkboard type effect here in Ohio. The reason is the people of Ohio are very independent-minded. We don't like things being jammed down our throats. Similar to how the Obamacare was just stuffed down the throats of the American people, the people of the state of Ohio really rejected that. They don't see it as a job creator for our state, and our focus is on job creation. Same thing yesterday. They just see his speech as more of the same, of jamming things down the throat of the people of the state of Ohio, the American people. It's being rejected by senior citizens on fixed incomes. It's being rejected by middle-class folks who are looking for new jobs, not for more regulation. And it's also being rejected by young people. Unfortunately, we've been an exporter of young people in this state, and we're trying to keep the kids and grandkids here, have jobs for them to stay here in the state of Ohio.
So bring me to Ohio, Josh.
That.
Just to give me a sense of people of Ohio. I mean, it's hard to imagine they can relate to Wall Street, whether you think they're great or bad. To me, he seemed to have the right message that could get him the maximum amount of votes by saying, hey, you middle-class people, I'm out for you. Should we look behind the words to find out what he's really doing?
Well, the people of the state of Ohio are really rejecting hyper-partisan rhetoric and divisive rhetoric. And I think that what they see coming out of President Obama's mouth and also the mouth of Senator Sherrod Brown here in Ohio is hyper-partisan, very divisive rhetoric that's just tearing people apart. I mean, we have a United States Senator here, Sherrod Brown, who voted for the Wall Street bank bailout, and people of the state are just rejecting that. We also have people throughout the state of Ohio, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, who are telling these politicians in Washington, Obama, Sherrod Brown, and others, why don't you focus on jobs instead of focus on more regulation that's actually going to push jobs out of the state of Ohio?
And by the way, we asked Senator Sherrod Brown to come on, didn't want to do it. Meanwhile, let's move on and talk about one of the four regulatory agencies that are going to get a new head yesterday, and that is Richard Cordry. He was trotted out. He's from Ohio. He is going to be overseeing not only banks, but non-bank lenders. And on the surface, this seems like something that the people of Ohio can relate to. But the Republicans are going to fight this recess appointment.
It's about the process. It's about, again, Washington jamming things down the throat of the American people and people here in the state of Ohio. We don't like things forced on us by politicians in Washington, whether it's President Obama, whether it's an ultra-liberal Senator Sherrod Brown or others who are jamming things down the throats of the people of the state of Ohio. We don't like it. We're an independent group of people. We're independent-minded, and it's really the process, this hyper-partisan process that the people of the state of Ohio are rejecting. We want leaders in Washington and here in Columbus who can rise above partisan politics to move the ball down the field economically for our state and for our country.
He's the Ohio State Treasurer and wants to be the next senator from Ohio. Josh Mandel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.